Welcome back. If you're just joining us, trust me, you've missed too much. We just finished talking about the role education plays in Nigeria's development, but then nevertheless we have to move on, where we get to talk about sexual and gender-based violence. Of course, you know, in Nigeria, and not just Nigeria, the world at large, there are some issues that people actually treat with levity, and you think all of these things do not happen, especially for persons with disability. And today, to talk about most of these things with me in the studio is none other. Of course, she's not a new face, so the Polity is Louise Tofumi, a child advocate, and of course a sexual-based violence advocate. Welcome to the studio, Louise.
Thank you so much. It's so good to be
it's
here
good to see you again.
Thank you so much.
Before viewers start thinking that is this thing, yeah, it's women supporting women.
Yes,
so,
yes, it's important.
It's important. All right, let's get into what we're talking about for today. Now that schools are going on holiday, I think last time you were here with us, we spoke about something of International Day of the Girl Child, digital, of the African child, digital, yes, of the African child. I like that. And now the holidays are here. A lot is going to be going on, especially when it comes to sexual and gender-based issues. I mean, I think last time you came here, we spoke about, I remember I said the story of a father that molested his child, especially during holidays, and the child didn't look forward to going home for holidays. What are the things you like to tell the girl child, or not even just the girl child, children right now going for holidays, and of course parents? Of course, it's not just parents that molest children these days. We have neighbors, we have people you barely even expect. What would you like to tell them generally right now?
Okay, so I would say that it is very important that we are aware about these things. We're not trying to create fear or anything, but what we want you to understand that the summer holiday is a time to have fun, and it's a time to be happy. But it's just that even in the midst of that fun, there are a lot of praise out there, and that praise sexual and gender-based violence. Sexual and gender-based violence, because some people will be looking at me, oh, she's a girl child advocate. When they say gender, it doesn't necessarily mean just the girl child. It also means both the girl child and the boy child. And most times during this time, I sensitize not just the girls, but I also go to sensitize both the girls and the boys
too.
So during this period, we see a lot of, in fact, there's a rise on some of these issues. You know, sexual and gender-based violence has different types. You know, it has sexual assault, goes down to domestic abuse. And when you hear domestic abuse, a lot of people, their mind goes to father and mother, husband and wife, and all of that. But no, it also affects elderly people, children, and all of these, because domestic people in the home. So that's what it's about. So we see a lot of these cases. You see parents that don't have time to take care of their children, so they give their children to neighbors to take care of them and all of that. And that is why some of these issues of sexual assault, rape, and all of that, attempted rape, happens at this time. You know, there are several cases that have been reported, even while these children are in school. When they are in school, you have teachers and all of that to help them. But when they are at home, it becomes a problem, because you have no proper guidance and all of that. Even when you put a nanny to take care of them, it would not be like you yourself. Now I'm saying these things, parents will be like, it's because you don't know that we are looking for money and all of that. We know that you are looking for money, but these children that you are looking for the money to take care of, I think you need to spend some time to know them. Yes, to know them. This period that is summer holiday, you can even take, I feel like, I always say this, that parents should take holidays during summer holiday. They should put their leave during summer holidays, because 2 weeks wouldn't be bad. It would not be bad. You know, at least it would give them time to want to know them, want to educate them, because there are a lot of things that they would not teach you in school. So when you come to places like this, when you are now at home, your parents are able to say, okay, this is what is right to do, this is how to set boundaries. You know, there are a lot of topics you educate your I was listening to something today, and the person was saying, be friends with your child. She was saying that she met a girl, and that the girl had 7 abortions, and the parents still think that she's a virgin. And I'm like, you know, so all of this going on. So when she was in the hospital and she's going through all that pain, where are her parents? You know, that brings my mind to thinking about and asking myself several questions. And this, you know, makes me, you know, feel like, okay, so parents are not available. I was speaking to a girl, and we were just having this conversation, and she was like, my parents are not always around. I'm always with the nanny. You know, sometimes they travel out of the country due to work and all of that. So she's alone with the nanny, and you know, she has she's also a person with disability. She broke her leg and all of that. So she has been like that. So she's very sad. Sometimes she can just be very depressed, and she's like, Miss Lois, you know, this, I don't know. And there's something she cannot still relate to the nanny, because the nanny is not so nice with her. You know, so there's something she cannot choose. The nanny will be, oh, get into your room, oh, do this. So she doesn't have that parental care, you know, to really. So she's looking for someone to talk to. And like I always say, you know, if you don't teach your children what they are supposed to know, the people out there would, if you don't teach your children what they are supposed to know, the people out there will teach them what they are not supposed to know. So this summer period is a time to really get close to your children. I can say go on and on and on.
No. Like thousands of questions actually rumbling through my head. But then I'll go first. I've always asked this question: what year do you think is the appropriate age, or what age is the appropriate time? But I don't know how to coin that question, but you understand what I'm talking about. We always talk about sex education for children. What is the appropriate age to actually start filling in your children about this, given what is going on in the, not even in the country, the world at large, where we've had people, I remember I saw something and I posted it of someone that adopted two boys and then made them dress like girls often to go out and all of that. And people, there are lots of questions in people's mind that why not adopt a girl if you wanted a girl so bad? Why would you adopt a guy, two boys rather, and then make them wear short skirts and all of that? It's not even as if it's Halloween or something. So what age is appropriate, given that the world right now, it looks like there's some things that you actually have to be on your 10 toes for?
I would say that you're asking, let me get your question right. You're saying what age is it appropriate to start giving them sex education and all of that. So I would say that from the age that the child begins to understand simple things. So it's important that you begin to talk to them about it, because we've seen a girl that is 2 years old. In fact, I know the girl. The girl is part of my club at Good Tides Philippian Missions Foundation. She's part of my club. So this happened. It was her father's very close friend that did that to her, but the mother was feeling like she was too small.
Welcome back. We're sorry for that technical glitch. It has been fixed, and we do hope this will not happen again. But now with me is still Lois. I think I pronounced as Louis the first time. Okay, now but then the question I asked before that technical glitch, there's signs to show that a child is actually a victim of sexual issues. I wouldn't like to use the word of my mind. Okay.
There are different signs that you can know, like the story I was saying earlier, where the girl screamed and she was like, oh, she feels pain, and then the mother now dragged her closer and checked. You know, so there are some signs when they say things like, oh, mommy, I went to this place, or when they say, auntie, I went to this place to do this, to do that, and then you be like, oh, okay, so what happened there? You know, you begin to ask more questions, and then you now realize that this is what the problem is. But then there are other signs. You have unexplained cuts on their body. That's for parents that would
actually take cognizance of all of these things. Okay.
So unexplained cut on their body. You begin to see cuts, and then you wonder what's happening. You know, check their bodies. Some children begin to shrink. They go slimmer. That's another sign. So you look at and ask questions. What's going on? Don't you eat? Don't you? Because sometimes you leave them with nannies and all of that, and then the nannies are not giving them the food. You know, they just give them, oh, take money, go and buy biscuits. Or the nannies are even lazy sometimes to cook. So it's important that you check all of that. Make sure that they are okay. Ask them questions. Is anybody disturbing you in school? Are you okay? You know, things like that.
Okay, all right. Still, of course, we're in summer break. Summer break has started for some schools. Some are probably going into summer break come next week. What would you advise? Now, we cannot totally say children can actually protect themselves. The children still have to, the parents have to still live up to the expectations and their #1 role, which is to protect the children, of course. But then, what are ways that you think these children can actually move towards to actually help or protect themselves against such persons in the society that would actually abuse, whether sexually or emotionally or any way?
Okay, so I would say that it is important that you make your children understand the safety rules. Okay, you know, make them identify. Make them know the boundaries. Make them identify adults that they can trust, especially in your family. There's some people in your family that your children do not do. They just walk in, you know, and because of how loving kids are, they just jump and all of that. So make them understand that, okay, this set of people don't you know, if a stranger calls you on the road or somebody is asking you for this, don't answer. So there are simple safety rules you can make them understand that, okay, don't go through this in the night, don't do this, don't, because these safety rules that we're talking about is not only the one in the environment. Now we have safety rules even on in the online space, because a lot of kids now have this
exposed to so many things on the internet.
Yes, so they have Kindles, and I just noticed of recent that even the Kindles are not restricted in a way. You can put different apps, you can download different apps even on the Kindle. I was so shocked. You know, I was feeling as if there was a kind of restriction, because that's, you know, the tab is for children. So you know, it can be. But I was shocked that there were no restrictions, and that made me feel very bad. So these Kindles are produced for them to, you know, to restrict them from some online things. I saw a Kindle that you can download Instagram, you know, and I was shocked. So, you know, that's
not even as if we have Instagram for kids.
We have YouTube for kids, but we don't have Instagram for kids. And there are a lot of content that on the Instagram that are just for adults. Yeah. A lot of content, I'm not even going to minimize, a lot of content that are just for adults. So I would say that it is important that you check them, you watch them, pick up their Kindles. What are you listening to? What did you, even by conversations, you can know what they're actually listening to, or, you know, oh, so I watched the movie, because kids will not keep quiet.
Yes, they won't.
They will not keep quiet. Whatever they've seen, they want to discuss it with you. So it's important that you have that conversation with them and know what's going on. Oh, what did you see on the TV? Because even in some of the cartoons that you think they are
just harmless,
they are feeding a lot of things to the children. You know, I've seen a couple of them, even books. I'm so shocked these days, you know. So there's some safety rules you just have to, you know, make a standard in your home that, okay, this holiday, Kindle, make a timetable, you know, Kindle time, lunch time, siesta. Involve your children in summer schools as well. Let them go to summer schools. If they don't want to go for summer schools, they should do entrepreneur courses, arts, and all of that.
Because I was going to ask what children can actually divulge in during the summer breaks, but then it looks like you've made a list of everything already. And what can the society do at large to actually help children? Because they say it takes a village to actually raise a child. Of course, it's not going to just be the parents. Whether we like it or not, the uncles still come to play, the neighbors, friends, and families, and all of that. What do you think we can help with as a society to actually raise children differently and say better off than the way things are right now?
So I would say that the children, like I said earlier, I'm an advocate, and I'm on TV today, you are also an advocate. You may not be on TV, but in your own environment, what are you doing to cope sexual and gender-based abuse? Now we see a lot of, in fact, my mom, there's this house help in our home, not in our home, by our neighbor's side. You know, I don't know what she did, but the woman beat her to the extent that she used a knife to cut her hand. I don't know what she took. She said that hand that he used to take that thing would remove it or something like that. And that was how my mom tried to locate her parents. Her parents are in Adamawa and all of that. And that was how the parents came and picked her. The father was very grateful. The father was now trying to say that it's not as if I don't have money to train my child. She just needed help, and we offered her to, you know, to come and stay in their house and all of that. So I would say that, you know, it's important that people in the community, it doesn't matter whether you are the parents or don't have this I don't care attitude. Oh, it's their home, anything they want to do, let them do. You see a child, even at night, there was this child, you know, I heard of at night, the auntie told her that if you don't finish selling the banana, don't come back home. You know, so she was just sitting down. It was someone that was telling me, say she was just sitting there at the corner, so he had to buy all the bananas so that she can go back home. And it was around 9 p.m. So it's I would say that it's not just a you know, this thing, it's a community. It's our responsibility as individuals to advocate, to help the next person, you know. So you can do necessary things. There are phone lines you can call Women Affairs, you can call Dorothy Njemazi Foundation, you can call there are a lot of people that are there to help out.
Okay, right. On a final note, what would you like to leave with our viewers today?
Okay, so I would say that me being here is not about myself. It's not about whatever I'm doing, but it's about each and every one of us. It's about our sisters, it's about our mothers, it's about our brothers, and all of that. And I would say it is important that whatever is happening in your community, you take a front row on it. It is your business. Don't say it is not your business. Don't say the government have been screaming the government. But the government cannot come to your environment or come to your community and say change this, change that. You are in your community, so it is important that you make the change. change yourself. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's really insightful and powerful one to leave our viewers with. We do hope we see you again, Lois. It will be good to have you once again on the program with us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, our viewers at home, this is where we leave it for the Polity for today. You've heard that it takes a community to raise a village. Never say, oh, you would ignore and say it is not of my business. Trust me, building a country, a viable and good, vibrant country, takes more than just a president. It takes you and I to, of course, build not just a community, raise our children up to standards. Don't you like what is going on in the world, especially China right now? But then let's not dive into that. Thank you for joining us on the Polity today. This is where we round up for today. I remain Mercy Babajide. See you same time, same station tomorrow. Bye.